Hello everyone, it is so good to be back. Today I'm going to be reviewing SimCity Build It all across 2022. What a year it is to recap. We had so many things going on in SimCity Build It. The game started retweeting stuff from fans, the game banned YouTubers, the game had problems, introduced new things. So we have so much to cover about this. This is what I really liked, in that SimCity Build It started retweeting what other players were saying, including, which I'll get to in a little bit, myself. But in this case, SimCity Build It, fans were retweeting their cities, were retweeting their designs, and SimCity Build It was retweeting what other people tweeted. For example, Mark the Orange in this case. SimCity Build It had people's cities on their posts, and this is something that was new in 2022. This showed that the developers were far more active, far more fan-oriented. I think it encouraged people to share their creations on Twitter. So if you follow SimCity Build It on Twitter, you should have seen and replied your city designs to SimCity Build It, because during the summer, a little before that as well, they were posting other people's cities. They haven't done it as much now, but I just really appreciated that they did it in the first place, because it just showcases to all of the 54,000 followers of SimCity Build It the creations of the SimCity Build It fans. And SCBI appreciated the new ideas. SimCity Build It appreciated the new ideas from the fans. For a lot of people wanted to leave this game because they felt, that nobody listens, that the fans are not being listened to by the game. And I admit, for the longest time, it really did feel like this. SimCity Build It didn't, a lot of fans were saying we need changes. SimCity Build It refused to make those changes. So I think it was a big step when SimCity Build It eventually said that there would be, ideas from others, and that those ideas would be evaluated. See, in this post, here it is. Hi, mayors, thank you for these great ideas. This was from March. Some of you will have your wish granted next season. So for a lot of players did leave, and as you know, I've not made much videos, and I think this just showcases how everyone is kind of bored with the game. If one of the biggest YouTubers on the game, myself, has just left the game. But look, they said they will use some of these ideas. If you've been watching my channel for a long time, back in March, I actually had a great idea for SimCity Build It. I actually messaged the developers at SimCity Build It about my idea, and they told me that they would tell the people that would be in charge of updates that they would actually consider my suggestion, which was that we could trade specializations, that we could trade those items that would make the game more fun if we could trade something that had realistic meaning. So they said, we want to incorporate some of your ideas. They didn't incorporate mine, and that was kind of disappointing, because, what was really the highlight of this year was in March, SimCity Build It helped spark my channel. They were very active. They were thanking me. They thanked me. SimCity Build It thanked me for all the work that I did for helping helping boost the popularity of the game by making videos, constantly taking my time, and I really appreciated that. Like, to make a YouTube video about a video game, and then they have the game itself thank you for that. Like, it doesn't happen often, so I was really appreciative of that. But for some reason, my idea never came, and some new ideas that were incorporated this year included the city albums idea, which I haven't talked about much lately because this is a fairly new idea, but city albums, basically, we'd get rewarded if we collected every item in a certain category of specialization, which for a lot of people, it's not even feasible to collect every single item. For example, collect every single landscape item or every single entertainment item. It's just not possible. So I'm pretty critical still of that update and trying to solve some problems. Again, a lot of people had problems with the game, which we'll get to in a moment. But again, as I said, I really just enjoyed that relationship that I had with the developers at EA. And actually, one showcase of that is when they posted my video. When they just show you this, because SimCity Build It the musical. Now this, I posted this. It was like back in March or whenever it was, and they retweeted it. They retweeted it. The developers at SimCity Build It, they actually told me that it actually gave them a laugh. Like, they like this. I made a musical, if I could find it. I made a musical video where my brother actually sang a song about SimCity Build It. You should actually go check it out because I should have a link in the description. But it was a really good video, and SimCity Build It posted it on their main page, one of my videos. So that was really, for me at least, the highlight of a year in SimCity Build It. I mean, because it was amazing. I mean, there it is. Alright, look, LOL, and this is what I posted. LOL, can this be nominated for a hashtag Grammy? Oh my gosh. This was really good. I'm not gonna actually have audio on this, I don't think, but what I actually had on here was, this video. You're only gonna see a part of this. I'll check that out in the description. For me, that's the highlight of the year. Thanks to my brother Tyler for singing that. Now, something else that was, I think, very characteristic of this year was people leaving this game. This was something that happened, I think, far too often. You saw myself have not made videos much, and to explain this, I can't explain it much more than I'm bored with the game. And to be honest, I love YouTube, but I don't love SimCity Build It anymore. So why I've left is really because SimCity Build It is just the same old thing over and over and over again. And they have refused to make updates that could spice up the game, maybe change it up a bit. And now they're having problems. People were locked out of their clubs. There was just so many problems. People just didn't want to deal with the drama. It's a video game. People got real life situations. So, in a lot of cases, I can understand that. I saw a lot of people were angry at this game. A lot of people left the game. So I think that's the highlight of the year, is a decline in SimCity Build It, a dramatic decline in SimCity Build It. The use of it, it was just profound. And look at the greatest examples in that. There were so many problems, and what was striking, what happened this past summer or whatever, was Missy, the most famous YouTuber on SimCity Build It, was banned from the game. And this just, I think, showcased that no matter how good of a player you are, or even if you're a big YouTuber, you are not safe from this. That the game was there were problems with the game, and that the developers failed to take action to fix those problems. They failed to solve why Missy was banned. She was banned for no reason. They reviewed it, and they still didn't unban her until a long time. So I think it just showcased that was the highlight of the year. A lot of drama that was going on outside of the game, that if you were following SimCity Build It on Twitter, if you follow Missy on YouTube, you probably were aware of. But a lot of drama, and it's kind of crazy to think about, because what I'm talking about is, I'm talking about a mobile video game. I'm not talking about something real life big situation yet. In a lot of cases, it was kind of juicy to talk about because there was a lot of things going on. One of the big other news headlines in SimCity Build It this year was BuildItWithSmith returned. He's back. He made one video, and then he left. And and everyone criticizes me when I make one video like I did last month, and I said, I'm back, and then I'm gone. And I used to criticize BuildItWithSmith. I myself used to say, why don't you just take the time? Now I completely understand it, right? Because I understand that I love YouTube, and I said before, but maybe I want to do something else. SimCity Build It is boring. There's not too much to say about it. And I know, some of these videos are easier to get views, but some of these videos, to be honest, I'm not getting views on because people just don't care. That's why I stopped reviewing events weekly because, to be honest, there's just not much in them. It's just the same old thing. Probably a crappy specialization with a 5% boost or something like that, but it's really nothing good. So that was really the highlight in that. A bunch of more crappy updates. No real changes is what I wanted to see, but I think when you look at BuildItWithSmith and his leaving the game, coming back, and then leaving the game, I think you can understand it. He wanted to come back because he knows he has a big fan base. He is the most successful YouTuber when it comes to SimCity Build It. But he just doesn't want to deal with this boringness, I for lack of a better word, boring game. And he just, got out. And I don't blame him. I used to, but I don't anymore. There was a lot of other miscellaneous updates throughout this year. There, of course, was those farm updates where SimCityBuildIt was going all out on the farms. Yeah, SimCityBuildIt made a bunch of farms everywhere. There were barns everywhere. But anyways, SimCityBuildIt made, a bunch of farm updates. They had Japan updates, a lot of cultural updates. So there were a lot of those same old updates, which not necessarily bad, but we didn't see the big updates that I like to see. A lot of those, I said, game issues were not fixed. A lot of the problems that people still have with the game still continue to exist to this day. And at the end of the day, what we have is SimCity BuildIt doing what they always do, is that they try to compensate for a fan base that is really angry and complaining by adding things that they're not necessarily asking for. But anyways, I think that'll be it for this year. I mean, it was a wild year when it comes to SimCity BuildIt. I mean, I want to thank you so much. The highlight for my year was my YouTube channel, and the views that we got. One of the reasons why I'm doing this video right now is because I have a fan base, and I want to tell you that you have played an important part in my career. You have, because I really am interested in communications, and this journey, I'll always remember this for the rest of my life, because this journey is just a start, and it growth spurted my love for communicating a message to people. And I want to thank you, because if I didn't have the fan support, I would have never had encouragement. So your watching of this video actually encouraged me for career prospects. It did. It really did. So I thank you. Am I done with SimCity BuildIt? I'm not going to ever say never. I mean, maybe one of these days when there's that big update, I'll come back and maybe I'll be active on Twitter. But it just seems to me that we're going to see what we're going to get in 2023. Again, I'm not trying to go away. If you want me to stay, then comment that, if you did that fan support, because I left for a month and fans were demanding that I come back, and something like that, there was like, it really means a lot, because I know that people are listening to what I say, and I appreciate that. So I'm going to be looking into new projects. Might not be doing SimCity BuildIt for all this time, but we'll see. Thank you so much for watching. Again, always follow my Twitter, which you can find a link to in the description, because, if something ever does come up, if I'm not making YouTube channels and you want to know what the status is on myself, on my SimCity BuildIt, then go check there, because that information about that would be on Twitter first before you see a YouTube video. So, but anyways, thank you so much for watching. Thank you all for the support throughout this whole year, throughout 2022, even before that, through 2021. You people are amazing, really. It's been a journey that I'll never forget. And as I probably move into the next stage of my life, I'll always keep you guys in mind. So thank you all so much, really. Thank you, and Happy New Year, guys.